Heartsteel Cup Day 2 has finally come to an end, and unlike the end of Day 1, Day 2 ended in a pretty positive manner, unlike the drama and all that bullshit that was going on. I feel like I already did myself a little bit of an injustice by bringing that up. I feel like we shouldn't be talking about that. But anyways, we're going to be watching today one of the most interesting games, and probably one of the most insane games I've seen from Heartsteel Cup, and just in general, just competitive play in general. Like, this game was so stupid. The way that it ended is stupid. The way that Kyun played it out was stupidly good. But there's a lot of really interesting plays here, and obviously Kyun on the bottom right. In case you are somehow familiar with me but not him, Kyun, very, very, very well-known challenger TFT player, probably within the top 10 most well-known. I would argue he was signed for DSG for the Vegas Open. Consistently, like, top of the charts, top 15, top 20 challenger. Very strong player. But anyways, going to the game, we are playing inside of what looks like Crab Rave. Not much to really say about this portal in general. You can see that a lot of players actually try to opt to play only one unit on their board during this round. Specifically on 1-3, just to try to make 10 gold, especially if the chosen you were given is not that great, or maybe your spot is not too hot. We did get Yasuo chosen, not that great. If we had like 4 or 5 Yasuos, maybe we can think about a potential Yasuo reroll spot, but it's a very niche line that requires a lot to go right, and especially in Scuttle Puddle, where people are hitting a lot of economy and hitting really high thresholds and caps for their boards, Yasuo reroll and one-cost reroll in general usually doesn't perform too hot. As you can see, Kyun actually opts to make 20 gold here, which is a pretty common standard. Depends on your playstyle, obviously, but his past headliners have not been good. His shops have not been that great. And we are given our 2-1 Augment, so making 20 is the correct call here. Given Clear Mind, Raise the Tempo, and Cybernetic Bulk. Raise the Tempo, you might think it's a great Augment to be taking and just forcing yourself into Seraphine, but as the stats showed, it actually averages like a 5 if you try to pivot into Seraphine by taking this at 2-1. It's not that great. It's hard to derive a lot of value out of it. You're basically playing down a whole stage, down a gold Augment. It's not that great unless you have a really strong Spellweaver start, and even then, it's a bit iffy. Bulk, Clear Mind are also fine as well. Bulk is a little harder to garner value out of it's sort of like a tempo in the early game, but gold Bulk is sort of mid, I believe, based off the stats. If I can pull it up right here, but it's a 4.61 at 2-1, so it's not that great. It's definitely better as the game scales down or scales later because you have so many items and components to play around. Finally, Clear Mind makes a lot of sense. We have no units we're holding in the first place, so it's not like we're really attached to anything. Makes a lot of sense. Also in Scuttle Puddle, we did make 20, so it does make a lot of sense to be taking Clear Mind from the spot. I would definitely reroll middle and left side and lean towards Clear Mind, at least personally speaking. But I think he's also checking the stats right now to figure out what he takes. Sees Unified, Heartthrobs. Heartthrobs is not great if you don't have a 3 Heartsteel opener, and even then it's a bit iffy. So Clear Mind tends to be the case for Kyun here. Looks like we can just try to build a board at whatever capacity we can, but I think there's somebody who's actually open forting when he had scouted. We do have, yep, there it is. So Lawrence is looks like he's open forting with fully adapted, which is kind of an insane spot to be in. But we do have bow, we do have sword, and we do have belt. So in terms of item slams, nothing is really that great either. Some people will justify like a Nasher slam if you have a really good AP item carrier. Things like the Nami chosen early game with things like Disco for your openers, things like Bard or Bard chosen very early on, maybe you pre-level that to 1, or rather it'd be 1-4, but stuff like that, you can definitely make the justification. But here in this case, it seems that we do want to try to lose streak. We fought the open forter super early, so we're basically guaranteed this 4 loss because we are trying to hit these economic thresholds as soon as possible. So Kyun's going to be actually turbo rich trying to go until level 8. So chances are he's going to slightly roll on 3-2. That is the most typical game. Oh wow, Heartsteel Cassante. Heartsteel Cassante on 2-3. Quite the high roll. And we're probably going to, I was going to say we're going to roll a little bit, maybe on like 3-2 just to stabilize a little bit, but now it seems like we are just going to be playing Heartsteel, and this game is going to be playing itself out, basically. Heartsteel is also getting a slight rework coming up the next patch, which it's going to be, I think it's worse. It's better at 10 Heartsteel. Surprisingly, they buffed 10 Heartsteel. I mean, that shit's impossible to hit. But they made it slightly worse. I don't know if I would say slightly worse, but they definitely made it worse for like stage 4 and onward, where I believe, if I'm correct, if you are 5 Heartsteel, you get 1 heart instead of 2 hearts, I believe, per unit killed. So I don't really know how much that actually shifts everything. Obviously, Heartsteel works off a multiplier the deeper you go into the trait. So you will see definitely less hearts, but pumping resources into your board, period, usually gives you a good outcome. So I'm not gonna really, like, to be honest, I don't really see those nerfs really doing anything. I still view Heartsteel going to be like an S tier comp, especially with Z buffs for whatever reason we're seeing in the next patch, which I think a lot of players, including myself, are a little confused by. But Z buffs coming up on the next patch as well with, I believe, they are trying to nerf Headliner Z, but then buff regular Zed, but regular Zed's fine. So I don't know why they're really buffing it, in my opinion. But anyways, moving on. Level 5, 50 gold on 2-6. So our spot's economically insane. We're in a really good spot here. We actually took Spat as well off Carousel. So this actually opens up 5 Heartsteel, which is really, really nice. So 5 Heartsteel, probably at 3-2 or 3-1 ideally, right? We just look for like the Yone or the, the Yone or the set. And we're in a really good spot. So honestly, this game's like low-key playing itself out. But I think a lot of players do struggle a little bit when they get Heartsteel early. Because what ends up happening is that whenever you have Heartsteel early, the problem is that you do bleed out HP early. And the hearts counting, especially in the early game, is not anywhere near as impactful as like mid and late game. So 5 Heartsteel stage 3 is really strong. 5 Heartsteel stage 4 is obviously very strong. But in order to cash out, you need to bleed. So a lot of players kind of struggle when they have early Heartsteel and then they just bleed a little too much. And then suddenly 4-2's hitting and they're like, oh, I should be really strong. I have so many resources. And then they don't hit and then they just go 8th. So bro's bro's kind of mauling a little bit. But anyways, yeah, he's mauling a little bit because he hit the Viego in the shop. It's a 4 cost and it could have been Ezreal. But nonetheless, I mean, we're level 7 at 3-1. We're like turbo rich. Like this spot's actually insane. So the fact that Q made 20 and they got rewarded by hitting Clear Mind and then just been like Heartsteel chosen as well. This spot is crazy. So we don't really care about winning or losing too much in the early game because the cash out doesn't really matter in the early game. We just want to try to preserve HP as much as possible going to 4-2. But for now, it looks like we are given Determined Investor with the Forge Final Ascension. I think it's pretty obvious what we should be taking in this spot. It's definitely leading Determined Investor. What the Forge is good in very high roll scenarios, but outside of that, it's pretty shit. It's almost never what the Forge unless you have to really salvage your items as a last chance, like, scenario. But you definitely reroll middle and right side here. Final Ascension has not really found its place in the meta. Twin Terror is really strong, but the problem is that you're taking Twin Terror here with like infinite Heartsteel. Like, I mean, Lucky Gloves. So he actually rerolls Determined Investor. So I'm not sure if I fully agree with it. I definitely think Determined Investor is better in this spot. The reason being is because we're already 50 gold, so we're gonna get the Diamond Hands within like 1 turn. It's a little more economy, but also it does give us a lot of frontline, right? Which is something that kind of you tend to struggle with a little bit with the Ezreal Zed board, especially when you're pivoting until you hit everything. Obviously, you hit the Alawi's, you hit the Set 2, you hit the Zac 2, you're chilling. But until then, it can be a little detrimental, it can be a little difficult. So you actually see Keon actually raise the stakes as well, which is kind of insane. So takes Lucky Gloves instead, gets rewarded because Lucky Gloves in general is just a really strong augment, especially on 3-2. You get these gloves to play tempo with. You can just take up infinite crit gloves starting the next carousels. Any crit gloves you get become Thief's gloves. You're chilling. Like, the spot's actually really good. So we're again 50 gold, level 7, raise the stakes. I did not know he actually raised the stakes this game. So funny enough, I'm actually watching this with you guys. I know how it ends, but I don't know anything about the early to mid game. So the fact that this is a spot is actually pretty fucking egregious. But every once in a while, it's nice to, like, we watched a very low roll game last time. It's nice to see a bit of a high roll this one. Lawrence actually went, I don't know how Lawrence died, which is also kind of, did he FF? Did anyone know? Chat, hello? But how did Lawrence die is my question. I'm actually really surprised. I did not know that this was a 7-person lobby so early on. Was he cruel back? Like, no, it's not even possible. I think he just FF'd. It's not even allowed. But anyways, sorry, moving on. 3-5 goes to 8. He has like 50 gold to roll. We're looking for the 5 Heartsteel ASAP. Actually, it might be 7 Heartsteel. Wow. Am I a donkey horse? Bro basically goes to 3-5 level 8 and is able to roll down. He can't get clear mind value, which kind of sucks. But I mean, honestly, I think giving up clear mind value for like 2 rounds just to like get your like pairs in order and get all your shit figured out, and then go from there. Oh my god, allow you to Zac. Bro, this spot's disgusting. I mean, he already knows. You're definitely giving up clear mind value for sure, which kind of sucks. But we are, I believe, we're cashing out next turn. So Lawrence admin, they had a 7-player lobby after the 3-1. Oh. Wait, why did they have a 7-person lobby? That is some lore. I did not know that. Wait, what? What happened this game? Anyways, I probably should have researched a little more into this. I did not notice this at all. Anyways, cashing out here. Oh, man. Fuck do we get? Hello? Triple Anvils, Radiant Morello. That's pretty good. Radiant Morello. Morello, if you don't know, is Ezreal's actually one of his best items. It's basically red buff, but like very slightly worse. It's really not that close. Holy shit. He's just gonna go fast 9 here. If there was ever a fast 9 spot, it's this one. He has the Zed chosen. He has a shitload of items to play around. Crown Guard makes sense. Killing the rods. Definitely want no, probably Gem. Gem or Shroud. Cleaver's fine as well. The reason why I said Cleaver was because, well, initially was because I thought, like, Cleaver Gel is actually a really nice support item. Shroud is fine as well. I think the Cleaver's a little redundant just because we do have the Ever Shroud already on, like, an Alawi Giga Tank with, like, double Crown Guard. But, we are chilling in this spot. It's definitely just a fast side angle, especially with the Zed chosen that we hit so early. And that was 4-2, and everyone's level 8, but we're level 9. So, this spot's insane. It's definitely probably best friends in the end, but best friends can be a little annoying to play around. He ends up going with Pandora's items. Which is kind of surprising. Not something you would see very often, but Pandora's items does make a lot of sense in this spot because we do have lucky gloves. So you can just reroll all his components into gloves, and then suddenly his entire board is itemized basically like this. Also, we can just itemize the Zed, or not the Zed, but we can itemize our Ezreal a little bit nicer with basically BIS. He's basically playing for first in this spot, and I think he can identify that, like, yeah, this spot's definitely a first or an 8th. But I mean, there's no way you go 8th in this spot. Like, you're clear mind here. 4-2, no Ezreal pairs, so there's nothing you really want to hold on your bench. So it's just a fast 10, which is insane. This isn't a challenger lobby, we're fast 10. Obviously, Crab Rave, so there's a lot of, like, extra economy going on. But, oh wow, I even has the Ezreal pair on board. Dude, this spot's disgusting. I didn't realize how much of a high roll this game was until I started VOD reviewing it. One of the players had a power outage and couldn't get back. Oh, man, really? But that fucking sucks. Anyways. So Keen's like saying, so I don't know, you probably can't hear his audio going on. I usually try to keep it as low as possible because it gets very distracting. But Keen's saying, like, if he's considering about, like, rolling here, about whether he wants to get, like, an Ezreal 2 or something, so he has a +1 on his board. Basically, like, he's playing down a unit because he's Ezreal. He's basically level 8. He's playing 2 Ezreals and one's naked, not doing jack shit. But honestly, like, with... Oh, 9 Ezreals are gone, apparently. Welcome to the fucking meta, boys. But anyways, I don't think he rolls in this spot, to be completely honest. I think with clear mind, he just goes fast 10. What? You're telling me this fucker knows that there's 9 Ezreals taken out of the pool and he rolls for the Ezreal anyways and he hits? Nah. Nah. Okay, he finally realized he has Evan Shroud with the Cleaver, so yeah. I definitely don't agree with the Cleaver with the, Yeah, I definitely don't agree with the Cleaver pick. I definitely think it was Gem or Shroud. Probably Gem, to be honest. I think Gem is the most broken. It's basically a gold augment. Because you get a session for free. But looks like we actually opted for the Morello, the Radiant on the Ziggs, which is totally acceptable as well. But it looks like we are going into the final stage of neutrals as well. So we're gonna go into 5-1. But honestly, dude, like, this game is so high roll. Like, dude, like, honestly, like, okay, I knew he went 10 this game. I didn't know it was this egregious though. Like, this should be illegal. Like, this game is so fucked. Oh my god. Anyways, I cannot believe. Like, it's not even right to roll for the Ezreal there. Like, there's 9 taken out of the pool. Like, the odds of you hitting is so low. That is crazy. Like, surely you can just go 10 and then just play around like Jhin or Lucian. I mean, I don't know. I'm okay. I'm like slightly upset because I feel like he played wrongly and got rewarded for it. But I mean, overall, like, he's playing very well. Like, overall, he's played this game very, very well. But that one play was, it's just doing the wrong thing, getting rewarded by Mort Dog. You know what I mean? VOD reviewing a blatant high roller. I mean, okay, I'm VOD reviewing a blatant high roller, but to be honest, the ending of this game is pretty sick. So, I mean, that's really why I wanted to VOD review it, okay? Yeah. Anyway, sorry. If you're wondering why I'm like... I just realized my Twitch chat is also covering Keen's Twitch chat, so you can't exactly see my Twitch chat. Everybody's VODs is different, you know? Some people have Twitch chat on the left side, some people have it on the right side. I'm gonna move this over here so you can see it, but it's a little too late. But anyways, I'm talking to chat. This is live on stream, so if you want to come by the stream, yeah. There isn't much to really learn here. This is fucked up. I cannot believe this was a spot. Yeah, nothing much to see here, bro. He like, there's a Yorick too, like he's just chilling. Like basic, like I don't know, man. I mean, masterclass, Heartsteel game, I guess. Roll once, hit Ezreal 2 when 9 are taken out of the pool, but like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm salty, but like I didn't realize it was this egregious. Like this is ridiculous. Schizo mode. Anyways, He made it day 3, so he didn't really care how he played. That is true. Like, he also, by the way, like, for those of you who don't have the context, he actually went, like, 1-2, 1-2, 7, and then this is his last game of the day. Like, his scores were absolutely insane. He did play very well, overall. Couple of egregious, scams, in my opinion, but, he played very well, overall. But anyways, going into the 5-4 carousel, there really isn't much we could be asking for. A Thief's Glove, maybe. Emo Spat's really great as well. You might be seeing a lot of people taking Emo Spat in general when it comes to playing like 10 Heartsteel. Not 10, sorry. Heartsteel in general. The reason being is because you very often find yourself with a Poppy on your board. And when you have Poppy on your board, it's like, well, okay, well, I want to 2 Emo. Might as well just play 2 Emo. And Emo is really... He just has a triple Zig shop. Okay. So, oh god. He fucking, this guy, okay, I also did not know this happened. Like, he just got a fucking, okay, so one guy right now in the lobby is holding a Ziggs. So it's impossible for him to hit Ziggs 3 because there's only 9 copies in the pool. But the fact that this guy gets a triple Zig shop and then he can even think about it because he has enough HP and his board's too strong. Man. Set 3.5 is added back. Oh, I'm aware. But anyways. Yeah. So, I mean, his board's capped. Like, fuck you want me to do? I don't want to spoil the ending because the ending of this game is sick as fuck. In case you didn't see it. But, yeah, this is disgusting. It's like, it's almost impossible to lose. Like, I can't imagine a single scenario where you lose. Like, even a 3-star 4 cost, it's like... Oh, he's gonna lose the crab? Oh, that's so smart. Okay, so sorry. I was listening to what he was having to say. That's why I was like quiet for a second. One guy, actually, he realized he doesn't have healing on his board. He has no sustain. So what he did was he actually put healing Sona on his board to try to create extra sustain for himself. But then he lost anyways, so he sucks. But like, that's really smart. It's really smart. Like, people get really creative when it comes to the giant crab and trying to kill it. This guy's saying, shouldn't this guy just be selling the Ziggs, pretty please? I mean, the only thing to do now, like, we're already level 10. Like, we don't even need clear mind anymore. We're playing on an Augment, but like, who gives a shit? We're level 10. Like, I think we're just waiting for this guy to die, and then we can roll for Ziggs 3. I believe NCTN. I remember this is. I think this is the part of the VOD where I started watching this live, because I think like we had watched Sub-Zero's Arc's like perspective, and then like Game 6 had ended. But at this point now, NCTN's 15 HP. He's the only one with a Ziggs 1 on his board, and Kieran's just econing up to try to hit the Ziggs 3, which is kind of stupid. But the reality is that Keen's scores were so good, and he already made day 3, and there's no bonus points for day 3. So he's just going into day 3 with like basically he can do whatever he wants this game, obviously without intentionally griefing anybody. Yeah, but honestly, it is what it is. Like he can kind of like play for fun at this point. So since the NCTN has died, so we're rolling down and looking for the Ziggs 3. He actually hits all his upgrades. So he has Thresh 2, he has Lucian 2. I believe I was watching Frodan watch Kyun, and Frodan was saying how chat was mad that he was upgrading his board. Because he was, I mean, you're wasting money, right, to upgrade your board here. But basically, I mean, it's basically a 1-2. Like, there's no way Kyun ever loses. His board is too strong. So at this point, no matter what he does, even if he sells, like, some of his units, like, he doesn't have to sell everything, but he can sell some of his units and still win out. Like, it's actually, that's how strong his board is. Voice is also nowhere close to, like, capping out. And actually, funny enough, Kyun's actually, like, selling shit. He's actually selling shit to try and like prolong the game. So he actually frontlines the Ezreal, the Lucian, and I remember watching this fight thinking like, wow, that's impossible. But his board is actually so strong that even if you frontline his carries, it's like basically it's almost unlosable. Like that's how strong his board is. I believe, if I remember correctly, I think the Akali wins here. Yeah. No, it doesn't. It literally doesn't. It literally doesn't. So, like, he literally frontlines his fucking carries, and it's impossible for him to lose. So now Keen's actually just selling his board. Just fuck it. Full sending, trying to find the Ziggs 3. We are still at 7, by the way. We don't have 10. Or we don't have 9. Or we're not even close to 8. So we're at 7 right now. We have so much left to roll for. And he's rolling, still trying to find it. Doesn't find it. He has all these items on his fucking bench. He's 32 HP. Still possible for him to hit. Also, Voisin is just trying his best to try to get like that 1 extra point. I don't know if it was close to the cutoff or anything. I don't remember off the top of my head. But it does seem that Voisin is trying to win, so he is trying to look for that card that's 3 out. But it seems that Kiyun is right here trying to find it. He's actually gonna lose to Crab, funny enough, because his board is so weak. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. But this is the part, by the way, where I was like, I need to VOD review this game because Kiyun lost. Kiyun lost to Crab, but so did fucking Voisin, so he ended up going first place. Which is just so fucking stupid, man. Of all ways to end a competitive tourney, they both lose to fucking Crab, but Kiyun had more HP. Even though this dude had like 5 units on his board, bro still won. So anyways, I thought this was a fun game to VOD review. I thought it was really funny. But anyways, hope this was fun. Hope this was enjoyable. I apologize for the commentary, like kind of rambling at a certain point. I didn't realize this game was so egregious as Highroll. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. Anyways, take care, guys. See you guys next time. And yeah, we do these VOD reviews on stream. So now, at least. So if you want to come by the stream and come hang out, yeah, let me know. Anyways, till then, take care, guys, and happy climbing. Bye-bye now.